Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Monster of the Month with fan meetups from Fan Expo Canada out of Toronto. As per usual, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I am one of your fan meetup ambassadors, Jeremy Johnston, and I'm joined by.
The other fan meetup ambassador, Angelo Corsino.
And for the next hour, we'll be, playing with monsters, talking about monsters, and such. If you haven't heard, there's been a lot of great announcements of guests for Fan Expo. And, Dungeons and Dragons is going to have an official presence there as well. We're hoping to run Dungeons and Dragons games there with our group in the community, Unite the Factions. You can check us out at unitethefactions.com. And, we have events every month leading up to Fan Expo, so we'd love to see you come out and play or learn Dungeons and Dragons. And with that, Angelo, I think we're good to go.
All right, so Jeff, if you want to pop us back to the map,
I got to do something.
Yeah, and then we'll go through some very quick character introductions for our 4 adventurers here today, and we'll start from we'll go kind of in the pattern of left to right. Starting with Gemantis. What is Gemantis?
Gemantis, he's a Thrycreen. He's about 3 foot tall and looks like a giant praying mantis. So obviously he's got 2 arms up top and his secondary arms down low. That's thematically, mechanically, he's a 10th level, we're playing 9th level Circle of the Stars Druid. So he rocks around with Staff of the Woodlands. It's always kind of going with without a trace. And he's got a wood shield. And I use the secondary arms for spells and Moonsicle, which is
it's such a fancy kind of thing you can do with Thrycreen with the extra arms. Yeah. Next we have Sabuna.
Yes, Sabuna is a tabaxi, but I saw some really cool fan art today and decided to be kind of like a jackal-like tabaxi. Yeah, thanks for that.
If you click off, then if you click your screen, you can make that disappear, Jeff.
Yep, and if you read it backwards, you know who my god is. And 9th level Grave Cleric. I'll make sure people don't stay dead.
Every single one of Jeremy's characters, you can almost always spell their name backwards to figure out something about the character. Next, we have Conjure, speaking of names that are not a little on brand.
That'd be Khan of House Jur. He's a Goliath wizard. Just a big old friendly dude. Almost never goes anywhere alone. He is a 9th level conjuration wizard. And you'll get to meet all of his little friends as we go throughout the game.
Sounds good. And then last but not least, we have Ramaya.
Ramaya.
Ramaya. Okay, there's no
Ramaya.
N. Yep.
There is no N. Ramaya is a tiefling fathomless warlock who also, so I conjure who I call Tentia. His token is there because I do bring him a lot out, my little tentacle.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So we start off with the group walking through a cave, as you guys were told, which was the little bit of information that I usually give you guys before the start of one of these. And as you guys are headed through the cave, you come across just this guy who's kind of like standing in the middle of the way, and he goes, "Oh, thank goodness there are people here. We need help. There's some things that we need." And you guys look like just the folks that could kind of help us out here.
So what exactly seems to be the problem?
It's like we have injured people, there was fighting, and now we need some help.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, sure, if you like. 24. I mean, it does sound like they want you to follow them.
Just not sure if they're telling the truth about why.
Yeah, you get the idea that they're not lying, that they want you to follow them, and there was a fight.
Yeah,
what could possibly go wrong?
Well, I suspect that death awaits us, and since that is my thing, maybe we should go see about whatever this person needs.
All right.
About how far is this? Just for no specific reason at all.
About how far is what the trouble?
Like the walking away from here. Like, are we gonna be there like
not
5
far
minutes?
at all. Like
Oh,
not
okay.
even.
Well, then just to make sure that we have a lot of extra helping hands, just gonna go Ia Cthulhu Fatagan, and summon up my little star swan
Yeah.
friend.
Okay.
Bless you.
Oh, it's named Fatagan too, so
Yeah.
that's fun. All right, so you pop that out, and as he kind of like beckons for you to follow him, and he starts walking away.
Okay, bye then.
Yeah, okay. I will cast guidance on myself.
Yep, makes sense.
Right.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody with my Staff of the Woodlands, and I'll activate my Chameleon car space that makes me a little bit more stealthy.
Awesome. So kind of
I'll just
gets,
walk. I do have a 120-foot devil sight, so
Yep.
can see through everything.
Yeah, so any sort of magical darkness you can kind of see
Any
through.
magical
And as you
darkness I
guys,
can see
and
through.
as he gets to here, he goes, perfect. And then he goes, well, there was a fight. I wasn't lying. They weren't strong enough. Now we want to fight you.
Awesome.
Cool.
And you see he
Figure it
drops the guys. And
what is he?
doppelganger?
Dragon?
coming and stepping out from like the rocks are a bunch of salads, also known
Oh.
as slads.
I'm really happy I
Oh,
didn't choose the
no.
slod form for this spell.
Hilarious.
Hate
That would have been really
slots.
funny, actually.
It was honestly my thought. I'm like, maybe I'll bring those, and I'm like, no.
Ooh,
The
why am I
Fatagan
so-
joke
I-
is too good.
I'm going
So
behind the
slads are interesting as we all roll for initiative to start
Yeah.
off the fun. Slad are interesting
hate
in the fact
slads.
that what they they're from the plane of chaos. So they tend to do things just for the hell of it more than like most other creatures that you'll come across.
I'm sorry, did you bring
Ah.
every type out?
Yes,
Mhm.
as is tradition in
That is
every
how
one
this
of the
works.
monsters of the month goes.
That's so mean.
There's only 4 of
Some of
us.
those are not nice.
They're not
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Anybody else have concentration available for like a banishment? Because I don't right now.
No, I
Yes,
have.
actually,
Cone of Cold and
I prepared
Veneration are my big
banishment.
ones.
I always
Totally did.
love like the low key panic when the monsters show up. Like this is something
Oh, yeah.
that is unexpected.
I brought the wrong.
We brought a lot of caster and support based classes. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
totally
neat.
fine.
Don't remember if slots. can
There's
take
no such thing as a
necrotic.
balanced
We'll
party
figure
or
that out.
one. We're
Not
good.
anymore, really. So let's
No.
see. We've
Oh,
got
I'm going to quickly
12,
run my
3, 4.
roll my Cosmic Omen.
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks.
Get that cosmic omen in there.
Well, it's the wheel. Whoa.
It's just
Mhm.
one of them though. Oh, I don't like that some of them are going before us.
Yeah, so you just basically
Oh.
roll like a D2 or D4
Oh,
and then odd it's one, even it's the other.
I'm hoping that
Almost
the ones
all
that are
of
going
them are
after
going
Oh,
are
you
the
already rolled.
worst
You rolled
ones.
one. Okay.
I
Yeah,
just
so
don't recognize the one in the back. The big
So-
one in the back. I don't recognize that.
So Jamantis,
green.
you're looking around and you see these kind of like 4 creatures, and they seem to be kind of like not exactly ready to rush forward. They're kind of like almost feeling you out a little bit as this goes.
I feel the same way about them, kind of looking over and seeing a lot of tentacly things coming out, and I respect them at the same time.
They're more toad-like than tentacly.
Yeah,
if you
Oh, okay.
danger
So-
frog.
I-
just
Danger
a big,
frog.
big
More-
danger frog. Yeah.
I feel akin to them, and I'm appreciating kind of looking at the gun show that they have going on at the same time there,
They are
Oh,
buff.
some of them are beefy.
right? So for his Gimantis's bonus action, he's going to go into his starry form,
Mhm.
Dragon, which will give him a base 10, a concentration, which is kind of what I need right now. And
Concentration's always
then
good.
I think I'm going to take some steps back and move
Yeah, fair enough.
5 or 10 or 15, 20, 25. Is this a bush here?
It's kind of just like low terrain, kind of like a grassy patch, or it could be scorch marks as you run past it. That's what it looks more like.
Well, then I'll definitely hang out in the scorch marks.
Yeah,
'cause that's
yep,
just
yep,
like-
yep.
And the chameleon car space kind of like matches that scorch marks at the same time. And then I think I'm going to hold my action or ready my action until my next turn. The beginning of my next turn is what I'm going to do.
Sounds good. And then the next, so what are you holding your action for?
A spell.
Okay, so you're
I'm
concentrating
concentrating on a spell until the beginning of my next turn.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
And so then we have Sabuna.
Okay, so I think I need to call the guardian spirits.
And you can currently see everyone, so it's a good time.
Yeah. I think everyone's close by, and yes, I don't think anyone's hidden such that I cannot see them. Right?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so there's spirit guardians.
Yep. The spirit guardians of the spirits.
Yes. So just saying that I've cast it, and I don't know if you want to put an aura around me.
Yeah, I'll pop an aura on you real quick.
Oh, it looks like I can do that too.
Yeah, you can, and then I can just make everybody else see it.
Okay, that's cool. All right, I'll do that then, and I think it's just 15 feet.
It is.
Okay, and
So
I'll
if you use
go.
aura 1, it should be seen by everyone. Yep.
Cool. There we go. And I think that I might. Yeah, I think I'll just move kind of over here.
Yeah, what do your spirit guardians look like? There was a question in chat.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so my spirit guardians are like Egyptian cats that are floating around.
Yep. So it's just a
And by
bunch of
that I mean,
cats
like,
swirling around you. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like
Your tabaxi, that works.
like a house cat, It's like they-
Just because you may not know the spell, you may, if you could stay like more than 5 feet away from my buddy, because at the beginning of his turn he does psychic damage to people.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
A little back.
Just yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. It's a whiz save to avoid it, but
Which
I'm pretty
summon
good at
spell
that.
did you cast?
This is Summon Aberration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm plus 10 on wisdom saves, so I'm probably okay.
You're a
Definitely
50-50
maybe.
shot at being fine.
All right, so does that end the turn, Jeremy?
Yes, thank you.
All righty. All right, so the blue slads are kind of like one of the two kind of like lower tier slads. And they're not very, as far as slad go, they're not very bright, but what they do love is a challenge. So they see your spirit guardians, they're like, bet, and he starts running through them. Half movement, so with his dash, he gets to you, but he has to dash.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then, yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if you want me to re-roll that damage, but I figure at least with that guy. Well,
he definitely takes that 5 damage.
Yeah.
On
I don't
that
know if he
epic
can
spirit
pass.
guardians roll.
Okay.
And that's going to end this one's turn.
Yeah.
Red slads are literally the bottom of the totem pole for slad. So this one kind of runs up, but it's kind of like slightly more tentative. The red slad are really like the red shirts of slads. And he just dashes up and kind of sits there at the edge of the guardians, like ready. The death slad just kind of doesn't move. It's kind of waiting to see what the other ones do, but it does lift a hand up. And you see this little bead start coming out from him.
Yeah, I am more than 60 feet away from him.
Yep.
And a red tiefling, yeah.
So I need everybody to make a dex save as the fireball explodes around you.
Yay.
Yay.
Awesome.
Dex saves are not my best.
No Paladinora.
Because like death slads are like the pinnacle of like slad strength. They're like the highest tier.
Oh my god.
Am
they
I
have
in the
access
I don't
to
know if I'm in the
fairly
Paladin. No
strong-
Paladinora. So no,
There
yeah.
is no Paladin.
There's
No.
no paladin among you. There definitely is some.
Oh,
I take half. I'm good.
I
And
mean, that's a
I love
DC
when
0.
I love when
It
the
says it's a
DCs aren't programmed properly in Roll20. It always is especially good for the camera. It's a DC 15 dex save.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Yeah, no,
failed that one.
Yeah, so
Failed.
everybody takes a healthy 30 points of fire damage unless you
15
can
for
resist.
me.
it.
I'm gonna whomp that a little bit as well with the
That's
absorb
gonna be
elements.
the fastest
Yep.
monsters of the month ever, man.
I don't know, the Dragons
you
is
guys
pretty
are
fast.
Fine. And he doesn't even move forward. He just kind of crosses his arms and watches. And that brings us to Romaya.
Yeah. Do we have a Kona Cold template?
I
don't
could
see
probably
it.
find one real fast.
'Cause
But, I thought
Son of a-
I put a bunch of them in, but I guess I missed that one.
I'm
Okay.
trying
Alright.
to just figure out where I can best get here and get
Ooh,
as
that's
many
great.
slots of salads I can.
Yeah. Get all so you really don't want to make that many friends with Sal. There should be a template that's loading in here
And
very shortly.
it's a 60 foot, I think.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Konako template is in there now.
So I can't reach the back ones.
Okay.
It's
I'll pull it
really,
up for you.
it's my only AoE.
So where are you placing this, so to speak?
Away from us, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not on
that's-
us so much.
I'm trying to just figure out if I can get 3 of them, but I don't think I can.
Well,
I mean,
I
if
don't
you
know if you
angle
can
it down,
rotate.
you could
I think
probably
you can-
get it.
I
If I
think
go
you
like,
can tilt
Yep.
it.
oh, I don't know
accidentally
what
shrunk
happened.
it. I shrunk
no.
it by accident. It's fine. We'll just pull out another one because these things suck to manhandle.
Yeah, they do. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to like there.
That would be.
Yeah.
So I
I mean,
yeah,
that's about as good as it's going to
that's
get,
not
really.
as good as it's. I don't want to
Yeah.
actually. I think I can do there and do it because I
Oh,
don't
it
want
works.
to be
Yep.
right beside the guy.
Yep. That makes sense.
That's a DC 18 Constitution save.
All right, so the three of them are going to make their con saves, and
I don't remember if.
I'd like to see
and like
on.
Paladins are good at them.
they're almost entertained by this. Like you see that they're like
Listen, I
these
don't
guys are
agree.
somewhat like they're from the chaos plane, right? So they're a little bit
Yeah.
crazy.
Chaos, you say?
They're chaos in
Well,
Well,
limbo.
the blue one did fantastic.
Yes, because limbo is the plane of chaos. Because
Oh
why
wow,
name
that's
it
a nice
something?
roll.
45 cold.
That's
Wow,
a really
4
good roll on
8s.
the
Solid
on
work.
the
Yeah.
Great cone of cold, but also really good con saves.
Yeah, unfortunately, really good con saves.
Oh yeah, the
and
guy failed.
One of them fails. 18
The question
is
I
my
have to
save.
ask is, do you have elemental adept cold?
I don't.
So what you
believe I
notice
do.
is that all of these creatures are somewhat hardy to this type of damage.
I couldn't remember what, and also I'm gonna bonus action summon Tenti, and even though that's also cold damage, but like
Because
itch my
that's not a
stick.
spell for the Phantom Warlock. Right?
No, it's just fathomless. It's just as a bonus action I can summon him, and he attacks when I summon him.
Sure does. It's cold damage, spiritual weapon, effectively.
Yeah, basically, except for unfortunately, cold damage is it's kind of
cold
a shtick
damage.
here. So
Roll it up.
Roll. I know I was trying to get
20
it to
hits
do
for 13 more, and as before, you notice that it's not as effective as you're used to seeing, as this thing kind of as this thing gets hit by this tentacle, and that brings us
I
to
can use him
Conjure if that is the end of your
to
turn.
deflect damage. So
Well, I lost Fatagan almost immediately. That lovely one was super helpful. So I'm like, I feel like we need even bigger friends. This guy shows up. Cool, within 60 feet.
Mhm.
So because I really didn't enjoy that, if you could make that token large for me, that'd be lovely.
Yep.
As I decide to pull out the slightly bigger guns and summon a draconic spirit.
Yep. So you summon dragon.
Yep. This is in the gem variety.
Mhm.
More of the diamond flavor.
Okay.
As they have resistance to, and also breath weapon of radiant. So, he's just gonna figure out where a 30-foot cone would be helpful. Oh,
probably those back ones.
That's
there,
a great
yeah.
place for that to be. So he's just gonna actually come over here because that would have been slightly better. And all three of them in the back would be within a 30-foot cone. And could they each make me a dex save? DC 19.
DC 19 dex save. So as this dragon comes out, like I was just to kind of like further emphasize the personalities of these creatures, they're a little bit on the crazy side. So they see this thing and they're like, awesome, another threat. Perfect.
Yeah.
As I roll up their dex saves.
They like to fight.
They do. It's part of their nature. And they don't, and you'll notice that they don't seem to be like working together at all. Like in their motions, like this guy just charged forward. This guy's kind of hanging around. This guy just did his own thing with a fireball. There's no like real coordination among them. They're all just kind of doing their own thing.
Yay, dice rolling. So it's only 7 radiant damage.
Yep, but then he also gets to attack, right?
And then he gets 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So this is 2 at my spell attack. Does the 16 hit?
16 does on this one.
All right. So first one is 15. Second one is
Oh, well, my
14 damage.
computer's just behind. I only see the 27.
Awesome. So yeah, you swing twice, but they both hit, and they both do good chunks of damage.
Yep.
And what type of damage is that?
It's just piercing on the.
Yeah. And you notice that despite having resistances to the elements, they don't seem to have any resistance to physical.
Lovely. And that is everything I can do with my action and bonus. And yeah,
So this thing just got clawed up by this thing, and he saw it as a direct challenge. Well, normally the gray slads are like up there on the scale for like how dangerous these creatures are. Instead of doing like more of a like, smarter thing going after the caster or anything like that, like you would sometimes see with intelligent creatures, he's like, no, this thing's fighting me. I'm gonna fight it, and like chooses to like
Okay.
fight the thing in front of it.
It's not scared.
Hey,
the
damage blocker.
first two hit.
Yep. You notice. So as he carves in, and like these ones like not only are like where the other slads are mostly just using their claws or their teeth or whatever. These gray ones are much more like they're more trained. He's got a big sword that he seems to be kind of like crackling with some kind of energy. And as that goes through, he carves into it for 15 and 8 respectively, and that'll end this one's turn. As he looks kind of like he's having a great time.
Good for him. At least he's having his best life.
Yeah, he is living his best life. This one back here, kind of like in a similar vein to this gray slad. It looks over and it does its own thing in terms of fire, but it doesn't not as spectacular. So it got hit by the dragon as well, and like I said, these creatures are very much you hit me, I'm gonna fight you. So. And with my rolls have come around full circle, and I've rolled 2 2s, and neither of those will hit.
No.
As he kind of looks like a little demoralized at the fact that he was unable to be effective, and he looks, which quickly turns into determination. As we move on back to the top at Jamendis. So now you were holding your action.
So the spell goes off, and
did you make your concentration check? Okay, no, never mind. You couldn't fail. It was only DC.
Yeah, I made it anyway, and I actually wasted a natural 20. I was kind of like, about it. Just making it anyway in case I did a natural 1 just for fun. Gimantis, seeing all the fun and kind of the battle ready, everybody, I was a little taken off by going first. So my spell is going to go off, and it's going to be polymorph. So I'm going to polymorph myself into a T-Rex. So can you throw me a T-Rex token?
I probably can if I can go very quickly.
You kind of had one of those in your bag of tricks over there.
I do. It's just going to take me 1 second to get it out. So that is going to be your action. Is there going to be anything else with your turn?
Well, that would be my reaction going off. So
so your action going off at the end of your turn, turning you into a T-Rex. So that
so my action is going to be moving and attacking everything.
There's Triceratops. All right, come on.
Tyrannosaurus.
There's no Tyrannosaurus.
It may be under T. No, T-Rex would.
No.
I see everything except the Tyrannosaurus in our list on this thing. So that's. Let me see if I can find a different one. That was just our regular blank template.
Yeah, so it looks like it is there.
Oh, really? I didn't see it when I was doing the transmog.
You don't need transmog.
Right, I can just go search it. That's fair.
Yep. Just pull it.
We were on the deluxe account. I forgot about that. I haven't used this one in a while. All right, so here comes the T-Rex stat block that I'm going to give you control of.
Thank you. I didn't want to ruin the fun, and if you
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so druids are going to druid, and sometimes that means polymorphing into a T-Rex.
Exactly.
Okay. You should be able to control it now.
Awesome. Not so awesome.
Not so awesome? Okay, leave me 1 more second to see if I can actually shift control. Why are you not working? Can be. There we go. Solved it. Done.
Maybe.
Hey, awesome. And I can control everything there.
Yeah.
Perfect. And now it's like a regular Roll20 sheet, so you can click it
Okay,
open.
so there's my token getting big, right?
Yep.
And then he's going to
Stomp,
walk
stomp,
over
stomp.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 50. Can I hang out in this rock here? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's like it's
Sure.
not big enough
And
to
then
be too
let's
big of a trouble for you.
shift and open up the character sheet here, and we'll just put it over here for a second until I make it minimize. And then so we're gonna bite attack the small salad in front of us.
Eating some red salad.
Oh,
Starting
Oh
out as-
no!
Oh, rough.
Ruining my fun. And then I will tail attack the blue one.
Yeah, the tail at least comes through as
Hey.
you watch both
Wow.
Con and the both duck. Yeah, exactly. That's why carnivores don't eat salad. Thank you, Julie.
Right? Trying my best here. That'll be the end of my turn, and I'll just hang out there. End of turn, I will do the classic like T-Rex growl and be very, very angry and with lots of bad breath.
All right, sounds good. And with that brings us to Sabuna.
Okay. I think that I'm going to cast. Let's see here. Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Okay.
I am going to upcast it though.
Ooh,
Yep.
As
Because
one
we need
does
some.
with spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
we need some
19
extra
will
bonk.
definitely hit.
And it's gonna hit blue. Yeah.
Yep, that'll definitely hit
Awesome.
for 15 points of force.
Awesome. And then I am going to do this.
Same one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So these things are notoriously renowned for their wisdom, and he actually can't make that save.
Amazing. Works for me. That was a pretty
Remember,
good
absolutely
roll of
chaotic
general,
and
too.
crazy. There's no real thinking involved.
Yeah.
All right, so that damage all seems to sink through just fine.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'll move one square just so that I get that slot in the Spirit Guardians.
Mm-hmm. So, of all this that's been going on, this blue one doesn't seem to think that you actually did anything to it.
Amazing.
Because what ended up happening was you know, so you waved your arms, then his head hurt because of a bell. He got hit by something in the back. He looked over his shoulder, couldn't see what it was. But what he did see was that cone of cold go off.
Oh no.
Oh no. But
Didn't see the
He does
giant
start
T-Rex.
his turn taking the damage because he can't make the save. So
okay.
roll your
Good
Spirit
enough.
Guardians for 11.
All right.
He's looking kind of hurt, but these the red and blue slads have jobs, and they take their jobs very seriously. As he tries to claw at Romaya. Does a 15
that
gonna
just
hit?
hits. I
right.
don't think I have I don't have shield, so yes.
All right, so they claw into you. I need you to make a con save.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I'm so great at those.
As you take 12 points of slashing.
Oh, good.
It's going to clutch you
Constitution
again.
saving
That'll
throw.
also hit, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, so nothing appears to happen, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. How much damage does the other claw?
The other claw hits for another 9.
Yeah.
And that
So
will
I don't
end
have
this
to make
one's
the
turn.
save again.
Well,
Okay, no, it's got one more claw. It already feels like it did its job, so it's going to turn and it's actually going to claw at the other one beside it.
I mean,
12 is
oh
going to
no.
miss, unfortunately. Red ones, same idea as blue. I don't know if he
no.
can make the save, but I'll open up his sheet and check. He also cannot make that save, so he takes
I mean,
11 as well.
He got hit by the T-Rex. Fight the T-Rex.
nah, actually, he got.
Oh, he's
missed by the
going to.
T-Rex.
But,
Oh, good. I was concerned
they-
you were
like I-
also
but like
going
I-
after me.
but like I said, they very much want to try to do as much as possible because they have a job.
Mhm.
And they're going to claw at once at the T-Rex and once at Sabura.
Okay.
So the claw first at Sabura.
That's not going to hit at 12.
Oh,
That's the claw there.
8.
It's only an 8 because for some reason the roll 20 sheet for Red Sled doesn't work, so I had to pull up
Oh,
beyond.
I see. Okay.
And then on the T-Rex, even the T-Rex, that's going to miss somehow.
It laughs at it with its small little arms.
Yeah. and then it's going to attempt to bite at our feline friend again.
Okay.
Ah,
Nah.
Same idea. I also need you to make a con save.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's hope for it.
I believe in you.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
enough.
Oh.
Well, off by 1. The DC is 14.
Oh, I thought you meant concentration check.
Oh, no. That's the second
Okay.
part. I didn't even
Okay.
think about that. I was looking at more for the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I taking some extra damage or something?
Nope. But we'll talk about that also later.
Oh, right.
You're also
It's got
affected
the
by
bad
pain.
touch.
It's got the bad touch.
They all have the bad touch.
Okay, well, I made my con save
Yeah,
just
you
barely.
You did. And with that brings us to our friend at the back.
Did they take the damage?
They
at
took
the
they took 11 from Spirit Guard. It didn't
Okay.
roll because they can't make it.
Yeah, okay, good.
And now he's seen this dragon actually do something, so he's gonna be like, "All right, cool, let's fight."
Yeah. It's probably not going to go great from a dragon.
And kind of like a similar idea, it starts carving with it. It's a great sword because Death Slad are interesting. What ends up happening is that they're created. They're created by gray slads who have eaten another Death Slad. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Well, my dragon's dead.
Okay.
From the first
So
hit?
you see,
No,
you
the second one. The
You
second.
see, like, it raises its sword in victory and kind of looks at the others like, yeah, that's why I'm the boss.
+9, you're a boss, yeah.
And kind of stands there in challenge looking at the rest of you. And what brings us to Ramaya with a very large blue salad in front of you.
I have an odd question.
Yep.
He said there was a fight here earlier, right? Are there 5 corpses here?
Are there 5 corpses here? No,
Small
but you
or
can
medium?
definitely see a couple.
God, Dance Macabre is 5, but I think it's total of 5.
It'll do less as well.
Up to?
Okay, cool. I'll as many as I can, I think.
So you're casting Dance Macabre?
Yeah, it says up to.
Yeah.
My threads of dark power leap from my fingers to pierce up to 5 small or medium corpses I can see within range. They're going to be zombies.
Roll a d5, and that's how many corpses there are, just because.
I don't like that. Leaving that up to chance.
But this is
Come
how
on,
I roll.
friends from the other side.
Hey, 3, that's average.
It's not bad. So they would spawn wherever they are.
Yeah, so what
within
are
60
spawning?
feet
Is
of
it
me.
zombies or skeletons?
Zombies, because
I forget what this would. I've only
It's
ever seen
either.
that
I
spell
get to
cast
pick.
once.
it
It's
is
essentially
either.
short-term animate dead.
You decide whether it's a zombie or a skeleton.
Spooky.
All right, as
So
I
3 skelos. I mean, not skeletons, zombies.
you want zombies, okay? So I was
They
like,
have
hold
a
on,
bit
before
more,
I
they have
pull
a bit
it.
more health.
Yeah, they do. They have slightly more health. So we got some zombies showing up, and we'll say as the sheet loads. There we go. We got 1.
They also get a bonus of my spell mod to attack and damage.
Yes, necromancers are slightly better at doing the whole summon thing.
This is not a necromancy thing. But
It's just the spell.
Oh,
Just
okay, that's
a
right.
spell.
Again, like I said, Dance
I'm a
Macabre. I've
warlock,
only seen
remember?
this spell cast once before.
In
Yeah,
the
so
spell
those are your,
itself, yeah.
those are your zombies, and I'll work on
Okay.
giving you control.
So, yeah. One's gonna move up to the blue. One's gonna move up to the red. Oh crap! No, they can't. They're gonna all go up back here because he's got Spirit Guardians up.
Yep.
So they're all gonna go back over after the gray and the gray ones back here.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's gonna hurt.
The good old Spirit Guardians in the way.
Yep.
Thing that does happen sometimes. The summoners.
And
I mean,
yeah,
I can drop it at
Nah.
will, but
don't. It's not worth it for the zombies.
okay.
And they're just gonna each slam into this one because I can
Well,
bonus action
the one
command
that
them
can
on
get
their
there, the other
turns.
2 can probably dash up unless you want to roll their
Oh,
specific.
can they? Yeah.
I'll just
can
say they go at the end of your turn
Yeah.
just for simplicity, so we don't.
Oh yeah,
confuse
they
them.
went
Zombies only move 20.
20.
Yeah,
They're
they are
gonna, the other
very
2 are gonna
simple.
dash up and just like be meat shields.
Yep.
They do have undead fortitude, so they could keep coming back.
That's
Oh,
the
that'd be
thing that they
nice.
can do. And like these
Yeah.
guys are this one here is like, hey, we killed you already. And like
And the
No,
other
I-
guy's gonna hit, and I do have a +5. Does it add it to its already?
it
what
won't
it
do
already
it. It won't do
has?
it on the sheep, so you can just kind of add it manually if you need
Okay, because
to.
it
So
has +5 to the damage and +5 to the hit. So,
Yep.
so that'd be 19
19 hits.
for 9 damage.
All right. Good. Anything else?
Nope, that was my bonus action. So
All right. So Conjure, you've lost 2 friends already.
Yeah, I'm really, really not enjoying this, but this time I'm able to kind of just use some summoning abilities
Mhm.
and set this up for myself in a good way. Fatagan's gonna come back in because he did not enjoy that. His turn starts immediately after mine.
Yep.
So, as his turn begins, because I have nothing else I can do on my turn, I have very few bonus action things to do. Can each creature within 5 feet, so both of those grayish ones, make a Wisdom save DC 19?
You can sure attempt to. And neither of them make it.
So it's a 10 psychic.
Ooh.
Okay. Psychic Go seems to work just fine.
And then it is going to just punch twice with a psychic slam.
Okay.
Is either of them looking particularly bad?
This one.
Well, the one that of the two
The
up
ones,
there.
the ones back here do not look that bad at all.
All right. Well, he's gonna punch the one that the dragon did claw into.
Yep, that works.
I don't know if a 13's gonna hit.
13
Hopefully
won't, so 30 does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
For whatever damage it is.
Yeah, just gotta double check the math on because that's the fun
Yeah, it's
part
on
of
spell level
summoners.
plus something.
Yeah.
They're all different.
Yeah. So it's only 9 psychic,
Eh.
but it is 9 psychic,
It is 9 psychic. Anything else?
and that's all that we're doing.
Okay, so this Grace lad's like, oh, so many friends. And yeah, it's got a big sword and 3 things that are kind of near it enough for it to be interested. So it's like, do I want to? And he goes, no. So what he does is he wants to step to here, so he's gonna provoke from this one.
oh, a zombie. Let's get my extras.
Grapple.
Summoned. They just have a slam.
Come on, zombie, you can do it.
I believe in you.
Yeah, that'll
20.
hit for
Was
11.
there.
Well, technically 25 plus, so 11.
All right, that's a pretty good punch. That's like the best zombie that's ever existed.
It's one of the best zombles that has ever zombled.
As you see, this one also seems to have the ability for magic and is going to attempt to fireball a bunch of these things.
I would like to say no.
So you're going to counterspell.
I am going to counterspell.
All right, and he kind of looks at his hand funny, like that was kind of weird. And he's looking around for who cast it. He kind of like locks eyes with you.
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
just because I'm not afraid to die, so I just wave. Hello.
You don't be afraid to die. Not with me here. Be afraid if I die.
I'm getting close. Nice.
Don't worry. I am that kind of cleric.
That's
Yep.
the first time I've ever heard Jeremy say that.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I would have run away a little bit more, but
This
no.
one back here, however, also thinks that it's a
Uh-oh.
great
I
idea.
can do-
And he wants to show his buddy up by also fireballing his buddy because these guys are crazy.
Amazing.
And this is how they raise their standing. They fight each other as well.
I don't know how well these zombies are going to roll a dex save.
Are
Mm,
you attempting to also get Fatagan in there?
Yes. That's why
Okay.
he's fireballing his friend.
That's good.
Oh,
Fatagan fails. Fatagan fails so
That's
hard.
a really bad fireball. Look at that.
Yeah.
8 points.
my
they'll
God.
still live, even if they fail.
Hey, that's a me fireball.
That's a Kyle fireball.
That is a Kyle fireball. Does a
That's the
14
worst
and
fireball
16
I've
make it?
ever seen.
16 and 14 do in fact pass. So that is
Well,
going to be
they're also
19
up.
or
This
8
one's
points.
very injured.
As this one looks very disappointed that he wasn't able to kill his friend.
Yeah,
Because friend.
air quotes,
Kill your
friend.
friends.
They're friends to the fact that they realize they need each other a little bit.
I need to write down what their health are at.
You should see their health bars, no or no?
No, I don't
Oh,
see it.
weird.
I can't control it. I have like a hit point thing in here. I'll just add 2 more zombies into my extra page.
Sounds good.
It's 19, so that's 9.
Which brings us back to the top of the order in our T-Rex Mantis.
Giant Mantis actually feels kind of respectful against these Salads and their love for battle, where they're willing to kill their own and eat their own, and like it's just kind of crazy. So he's gonna bite the one that's right next to him. Let's see if we can hit this.
Oh yeah, and that bite goes through.
Nice.
Decided that he was hungry enough for salad, which is saying something.
Exactly. So he ate some salad, and that creature is now grappled.
Yep. Roll damage.
Right? Yeah, let's do some damage on this. He's still
I'd be
around.
dead.
39. It's not quite dead. It's looking pretty hurt after that, though.
It's
Okay,
also
so-
restrained. Huzzah.
Also restrained, yeah.
I was kind of thinking about this. So I have him in the mouth, and we have some spellcasters all the way back there. So I'm going to take this guy with me.
Mhm.
And 5 or 10
Chomp,
or
chomp, chomp.
15, 20, 25. Is there any movement restrictions because I'm taking him with me?
No, because you were 2 sizes larger.
That's what I figured. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. And then let's go attack this big guy because I got a respect for big guys shooting fireballs at everybody. Oh, 18? Is that it?
18 will hit.
Hey! And
Huzzah.
just 17 damage.
Yep, 17 because the crit was auto rolled.
Awesome. And that's the end of my turn.
Sounds good. Sabuna in the thick of it with spirit guardians and some passengers.
Okay, so 28 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit for 14.
On the blue salad for 14 damage. And then I will call down the bell.
Which they cannot make, and you watch as the Toll of the Dead actually does take out the blue one.
Woo! Yes. Amazing. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Sounds good.
Oh, poor zombie.
Yep. The red slad is grappled and in the mouth, and it only can do one thing, and it's going to do it, and it's going to try to fight the T-Rex from inside the T-Rex's mouth.
Yes.
Amazing.
So you got 1, 2, 3.
The second and third one hit.
Okay, so we've got that and a con save,
Yeah.
and then that. Even though it technically doesn't work because polymorph.
Does it? I don't know.
Nothing transfers over.
I mean, rules is written. It doesn't seem nothing carries over because of the way the spell's written.
12.
But DMs can absolutely be like, no.
Okay. The second one was 9 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made both saves, so I'm good. You still getting chomped.
You're still a T-Rex, and we won't worry about the thing that happens normally with these things because polymorph.
And we already have a victim.
And we already have 2 victims to talk about after. So yeah. That brings us to the death slad, and we'll just call this one as we're reaching the 45-minute mark. We'll just call this kind of like the last turn in combat. So for the heck of it, because it's fun, it's going to use its other fireball.
So, I guess the other thing too, though, is it does take some damage from.
Yeah, it does. It'll roll this. He can theoretically pass. It's a very low chance. So we'll roll it for the optics. 18 just fails. So he does take the 13, and then he fireballs the guys at the back again because it's fun.
Amazing.
Well, fun.
I'm glad I moved.
Well,
You don't make friends with salad.
hey.
Nope.
Hey, that's a good dex save.
Let's see this.
And it's another below average damage roll.
Well, here's the more
So I'm
important
taking
part.
12 no matter what, but I roll.
Oh.
Kyle lost
Ooh.
another friend.
The same friend.
I have to make a
This is
con
a
save, but I have
name, right?
advantage.
What's that?
At least
I
we
also
All right.
I get
so-
another friend.
so I take 12, so my Constitution save is a 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have advantage because I have something.
Warcaster?
Because I have advantage. I don't know why.
Probably Warcaster.
Probably Warcaster.
I don't know. If
Unless
it's
it's unless it's
Warcaster.
not
It might be a
concentration,
warlock thing.
or it could be the
It
yeah. I
says
don't, depending on which one.
advantage on concentration to maintain your concentration on a spell. I have the Rod of the Pack Keeper. Does that do that?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
No, I don't know what it is. 17.
Okay. So yeah, you save anyway. But with that, we'll call the combat. So say you guys probably end up winning this, and it's gonna hurt a little bit more, but you get a T-Rex stomping around, so on and so forth.
I have the ability to summon something and then run away.
I still have my level 5 spell slot.
Yeah.
Invocation.
Okay. So that is a
Eldritch
very
Mind.
good invocation.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a
I need
con
that level
saves.
5 spell slot.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's
so
from Tasha's call.
Nothing seems to be outwardly wrong with either of the two of you yet. But
Yet.
like a month down the line, both of you start to feel funny.
Uh-oh.
Is it a month?
This is how Slatty reproduce. The red slads inject eggs into you, and the blue
got hit by a blue
slads
one.
infect you with a disease.
phage.
Oh, what disease is it? A DM choice or is it?
No, the disease is called chaos phage.
And what happens then?
So what happens then is that slowly over the course of time, the people take more and more damage as they go, and I think it's like 3d6 a day. Yeah, their maximum hit points goes down by 3d6 every 24 hours.
Oh, fun!
And if they hit 0, they are instantly transformed into a red slad.
I'm turning into a green slad.
Or
I
was
can
going to say, if
cast
you are a
levels.
spellcaster of 3rd level or higher, you turn into green slads.
Yeah, because I had 5th level spell slots, so yeah, I definitely turned into a green slad.
the red slad that clawed into Sabuna, what ends up happening there is that after after over 3 months, there's no signs until about a month and a half passes. Then you start to feel like crap, but that's about it. Doesn't do anything to you, but what ends up happening is up until 24 hours after 3 months, 24 hours to go, you start to feel unwell. Your speed is halved. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. After that last 24 hours, it bursts out, chews its way through the host in 1 round, so very quickly in 6 seconds.
Amazing.
And a slad tadpole is born.
Ew.
So think kind of like Alien.
Yeah.
Yep. Tasty.
And then with that one, because also caster of the right type.
Well, Greater Restoration, I'm assuming, is the cure.
Yeah, Greater Restoration will take care of both of them.
Or
any effect that would cure disease.
Land hands.
Yeah, anything that cures
Because
disease.
land hands does it 5? 5 to cure a disease?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they are.
So like they're very
messy.
fun for just like using as a monster to mess with your party a little bit, because like they don't do anything right off the hop, but after a while you start to feel really crap. Yeah, because it'd be like, can you make a con save? What is it? Oh yeah, you're fine. You don't have to tell them if they passed or failed. You'd be like, no, you're fine. Say they rolled like a 10, right?
I'm surprised you didn't throw like cloud kill at us.
I thought about it, but I was like, that fireball's more
plane
theatric.
shift.
Just kind of looking through some stats here now that we're.
What you can do with this specifically with the death slad, because it's hilarious. You can just have them be like 100 feet away from the party, hit them with a fireball, start laughing, and then just as the party approaches them, just plane shift away.
Yeah. Well,
and then come back like the next day in the campaign, fireball them again, plane shift away.
Why do
they just annoying them? Huh?
Why do they have plane shift?
They can move themselves.
What plane are they moving to?
So generally what they do is they go to and from the chaos plane, limbo.
Mhm.
Now, the way Slatty were originally created in the lore is actually quite interesting. So they are the exact opposite counterparts to the Modrons. So Primus, which is like the like pinnacle of the Modrons, he's like their leader, they're the most like supreme being of them, created this crystal that was supposed to be pure order, and it was supposed to purge the chaos plane of chaos. So he just hooked it into the chaos plane and was like, job done. So it worked for a little while, and it was able to kind of like clear up some areas where they were able to put up like enclaves and like set up like, you know, kind of like small bases. Them and the Githzerai actually also went in there and did that as well. And then eventually that stone, which is now known as the summoning stone, became corrupted. And when it became corrupted, it started to start spitting out Slad with control gems that are embedded in their head. We never really got into that, as you can see it on the screen right now. So what that is embedded deep into a Slad's heads, which you can cut out if you have a Slad that can sit still for long enough for you to make a DC 20 medicine check. And what ends up happening is that
Hold
you
monster?
can, yeah, I mean, if you hold monster, you can just cut out the gem and then you can control the Slad.
Makes sense.
It's an interesting thing. So this is like a very good like minion for archmages, because those are the type of people who would summon these things. So they would either go to chaos and just kind of capture them in the way you just described, hold monster into cutting the gem out, or they would even like sometimes go as far as summoning powerful ones with the gate spell. Death ward the Slad. Yeah, there you go. If you fail to check.
I like how Greater Restoration cast on them removes it.
Yeah, so if you cast Greater Restoration on a Slad, you just destroy the gem.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an interesting bit. Mm-hmm. They're fun monsters that they're very dynamic, and because they're one of the things I was reading before the show is that sometimes what they'll do is they will go and they'll fight in the blood war just because.
Sure.
But they're terrible soldiers, and they're terrible for armies because they don't behave like an army. They'll line up in like single file line effectively and be like, all right, your turn, you go see if you can beat them.
Yeah, well,
and then when that one dies, they'll be like, oh, guess they couldn't beat him, your turn. And they'll all take turns. Right? They don't all get fireball. The spellcasters do.
No, but if they do, like half the stuff there is probably immune.
Yeah, well, in the blood war, yeah, but the demons are only resistant, which is I always found funny. Mm-hmm. But that's because they're canonically not in a fireplace like the Nine Hells. They're more in the they're more kind of like from the abyss, which is
infinite layers of the abyss.
Yeah, exactly.
I like as a monster how they have regeneration. That's always kind of one of those things that always frustrates a party.
I didn't bother kind of like going into it and doing that part as well, but I was going to talk about it after. But so yeah, they do regenerate. I didn't want to waste the time in the show, but yeah, they definitely. But that's part of the chaos, right? Because there's, to answer the question in chat, so the going in one at a time is where, like, you know, normally the orderly thing to do would be like form a battle line and charge and attack. But in this case, they're like, we're gonna see which one of us is stronger in the middle of a war.
Yeah. Well, kind of it is that like they're spawned from a creation of pure order corrupted by chaos, so they're the most organized chaos you can possibly have.
That's why, like, if you can also kind of do this if you're ever like looking for like a cool interaction in your campaign, you can have like a group of Slotty just ripping apart like some simple mono drones, because like they will kill Modrons on sight.
These would be great for a long-term campaign that you're doing where one of the party gets infected early, and then you can see the progression, how like in a couple days later, a week later, a couple sessions later.
Because you don't have to tell them what it is. You can fail the con save at like level 1, and then just be like, well, I mean, you know, then you're doing like you're keeping track of the passage of time in game, and then like 2 months in, you're like, man, you're starting to feel a little weird. Nothing's wrong, but
right.
And then they got to try to remember what happened.
I mean, there's in spoilers for a book that's been out for a while. In Icewind Dale,
Yeah.
That's potentially one of the secrets that you have.
One of the
Or,
secrets is that you're a slad time bomb.
Is that, yeah, and
Yeah.
you're level 1. And
AL pulled that one though, so if you were playing it in AL, they were like, "No, we're not giving
Yeah,
someone."
they didn't let you play that one in AL. But they definitely
Yeah.
let you
That would
do
be
it.
super fun in a campaign, though, to like have that little secret between you and the GM that you know is going
Yep.
on. How you make your choices from there as a character all the way
Oh,
through. That lots of fun there.
Sounds like the intro to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, except not with tadpoles from Slad,
Well,
but with
Well,
different
different
tadpoles.
Different
tadpoles. Yeah, same idea.
Worse
different
tadpoles.
Worse, I would say as well.
Oh yeah.
Slatter are not great, but
Or even
Monsters
like a
are
one
worse.
shot where one of the party has this in them. The NPC has it. You know, a riff on like Alien, where they're trying to get it back to some world without anybody knowing, and then
chest burster.
like halfway in, you're sitting at dinner, hanging out like at the tavern,
and then it comes out and starts dancing like the one in Spaceballs.
How much
Yes.
fun would that be, right? Like
100%.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
right? I'm gonna stop
So,
sharing at this point.
Is it sure?
Yeah, that's true sharing. This point.
So is there a reason why we call them salads?
Literally just because somebody like me who is probably dyslexic, like me, looked at it the first time and went, "Why is a monster called salad?" Before their eyes recorrected it and went, "Oh."
No, but it's like everybody says this.
Because it's just it's
funny.
one you literally flip the A and the L and it's salad.
Yeah.
Could just be the typo that no one ever caught. It went to press.
It might have.
Like-
It might have.
Might have
Or
been.
you know, the replace this word with this word, and nobody noticed all the way through. It went out. They're like, "Hey, look, we just came up with something cool."
You mean like with mage, and it did it for image. And
Oh. Yeah, so so anybody else got any kind of like little bits and pieces on these monsters to close things out?
Death Lads suck.
Death Lads are
very
great.
tough.
Like
They are.
They're very tough. That's why they're CR.
they're
10?
CR10.
High.
They're CR10.
Yeah, they're
Well,
CR high.
They're not going to be like a huge like end game threat for like a high level party, but they're great as like end game minions.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've read a lot of the Forgotten Realms books, they feature prominently in the Erebus Kale trilogy, where essentially they're the minions, and their boss just keeps giving them magical power to make to take them from being like the green or the red, and then all of a sudden you got
that's how
gray.
gray slads are made. Gray slads are green slads that have managed to survive for a century, and then they'll go a transformation and become a gray slad.
and then they just
Interesting.
have
I
to
didn't know
nom
that.
on something else to become Death Sled. And
Yeah, well, they nom on a death slad, or they somehow find their way to the negative energy plane.
yes,
That's the two ways that death slads are
Plane
created. Apparently.
shift. Do they have it?
I don't know if the grays do. I know the death slads do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think Death Sled have plane shift whomever, whereas Gray may only have it for themselves.
Yeah, but they could easily become a Death Slad, can't they? Then because they could just.
Well,
plane shift
they would have to
themselves.
survive the negative energy plane, but
That's
It's still
fair.
not a good place for them.
no, I wouldn't say that would be a good place. No, it just says once a day. It doesn't say self.
There you go.
Oh no, it does say self only. It does say self only.
Still, that's all they need.
That's all they need
Yeah.
is
All
one
they
plane
need.
shift.
I think one of the
Just
fun
have to
things you can really
survive.
do with them too is their shape change.
Oh yeah, like I did. Like that's how I started it off,
Like,
right?
I think that's that kind of a really good adventure hook, a
They-
story hook, if you're doing a one-off or just kind of introducing somebody within the party to guide them from chapter to chapter where they can polymorph into a small, medium humanoid. You know, there's
Yeah,
a lot
the one thing that I was reading was that you have them impersonate the archmage that's controlling them, and they can kind of lure the party out that way, and then the archmage like drops a meteor on them or something.
Yeah.
Why do I remember that there's like a tier 4 adventure that has a whole bunch of slads in a tower?
There's definitely at least one of the Dreams of the Red Wizards ones.
Something I remember playing it, and it had a bunch of
I
slads in it.
remember being part of a 4-person party, and we were fighting like 9 death slads, and we were getting the crap kicked out of us.
Yeah, like I remember there was so many in one of the mods, and I'm like, why are there so many? They're
We're
on
tier
every
4,
floor.
but there are only 4 of us.
Why?
And, like,
and Death Slide are they're really well rounded because they are both melee and casters.
Yep.
And the fact that oh, I shut down their spellcasting, and then they walk up, hit you 3 times with a greatsword that does extra necrotic damage. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, this isn't as good as I thought.
Yeah, and then just like the person in the chat said, exactly the classic trope of a small child crying. They could lure people in that way because the death slads are actually reasonably intelligent.
Well,
Slads are the
that's what I was
pinnacle
actually
of
just
we're
thinking.
crazy, but we're not that stupid.
Usually it's like intelligent being the dump stat on something like that, that, you know, you can target certain monsters with spells with that where you know they're going to fail. Where
Oh no, these all of the slads are absolutely 100% susceptible to any wisdom and intelligence save.
I'm
They're
just looking right
terrible
now
at
at their
them.
saves, and it's
They're
like,
not brilliant, but also not bad.
well, intelligence 15, wisdom 10, charisma 16. They're gonna make a whole bunch of stuff. That
Oh
way.
yeah, the caster ones, ones.
Yeah. And here's me not taking synaptic static.
Synaptic
Oh,
static's
that's
a
a good
great
one.
spell. So is psychic lance.
Yeah, just no thank you.
So is just banishment. We could have
I had
Yes,
mind
reduced the
spike,
number
but I
pretty
only
If we
good
got
there.
had,
You could have just sent them back. Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
creature that is definitely not from here.
That's right.
I
Well,
did not
we had
have
just-
banishment,
unless
unfortunately.
we were in limbo, who knows?
Yeah.
yeah,
We were
Just
drawn
banishment.
in.
All
But
right,
how much
so
Banishment at
that,
fifth level,
that's
how
going to
many
be
is that?
all the time we have for our segment. Thank you guys all for joining us, and we hope to see you soon at the next time we roll out Monster of the Month. Jeff,
Yeah.
first time, how was it?
I had so much fun. I'll be back next month, hopefully.
All right.
If I get invited back, right?
We toss out invites within like a week or two before, usually, depending on how much time I and Jeremy have.
It's
Well,
super, super
just
fun.
ask-
I had a great time. I love
When
playing games.
signing up, ask to be a featured
Yes.
attendee, and that means you're interested in playing, and then we'll reach out to you and add you to the list.
I just usually get a message from Kyle going saying Angelo invited us, and I'm like, I didn't. Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
But yeah,
Let's
so
see
join
him.
us for another fan meetups next month. Join us at Fan Expo in August, where we can play some D&D in person, and in between, check us out at unitethefactions.com, and we can connect there. So
All right,
thanks
everyone.
everybody.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing.
Good night.
everyone.
Peace.